All right. Shalom, shalom. Kahalayam La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. This is the brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying. As you can see, the title of this lesson is going to be Learn to be a Plain Man. Learn to be a plain man, specifically in the truth. Um, and I'm gonna just get a few precepts, and this is just exhortation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah concerning just being a simple plain man. Um, I think that's something that every brother in the truth should incorporate into their character. Just being a simple plain man when it comes to different things while we're walking in this truth. So I'm gonna get a few precepts, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23. It says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. So let's read another translation. It says, you say I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. Exactly. Not everything is good for you, man. It says you say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. Everything in the society is not beneficial, man. And that goes for anything. You can apply this to anything as it applies to what it applies to, or it fits a desperate need, if you will, to fill a void on whatever situation or whatever you're dealing with, concerning certain matters. Me personally, it's through the spirit, we have learned to just be a plain type of person, plain man. And I'm gonna get into that in the book of Genesis when they explain Jacob. So all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient, man. All things are lawful, but all things don't edify. So just being a plain man when it comes to certain things, there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go to the word expedient. Everything is not beneficial for you. Expedient. It says advantageous. Advantage. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm butchering that word. It says fit, proper for a purpose. Because remember, we're serving a purpose. We have to serve Yahweh Shema Shah. The word is expedient means useful. A lot of things are not useful. Beneficial. That doesn't benefit you. A lot of things in this society, America does not benefit you. And that can apply to your diet, that can apply to activities, that can apply to people. It really can apply to anything, to make fit or ready, prepare. It says a device adopted. Blah, blah. So the main definition that's sticking out for the benefit of this lesson is useful and beneficial, or proper for a purpose. Fit. Everything is not fit for us because we have a purpose to serve the Lord. So everything is not fit for the man of the Lord. Expedite, to hasten, quicken. That's a good word. So this is the root word of expedient. It says to remove impediments to the movement of progress, or progress of. So there's a lot of impediments. Let's look up that word. Thought it's supposed to Salakia. Yeah, what the hell, man? All right, forgive me. It's supposed to double tap and it's supposed to pull up a definition, but I'm gonna just type it in. The word impediment, it says, and impediment is anything that slows or blocks progress. So there's a lot of impediments in this world, and we all fall, victim to basically to distractions at some way, shape, or form. The scriptures speak about distractions. Attend upon the Lord without distraction. And of course, it's a lot of distractions in America, and we all get distracted. But let me see. Let me see. Salakia, bear with me 1 second. 1 Corinthians 7:35, it says, and I speak this for your own profit, with your own benefit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. Now, we live in an age where there are lots of distractions, you know, so just be mindful of these things. The NLT says, well, actually, I'm slack. Let me share my screen. NLT says, I am saying this for your benefit. Remember what that word expedient means. Not to place restrictions on you. Right. I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord best with as few distractions as possible. And one big distraction is women, chasing women. And BBE says, now I say this for your profit, not to make things hard for you, but because of what is right, and so that you may be able to give all your attention to the things of the Lord. That's plain and simple, man. So there's a lot of distractions out here, and I'm not gonna make it seem like I don't get distracted by certain things, you know, but it's a part of the conditions of the battle, and we be mindful of these distractions. So the word impediments means a impediment is anything that slows or blocks progress. We got to make sure we're progressing ultimately in the truth. You know, don't let anything slow down your progress in its truth. Don't let anything stop you from, you know, doing what you got to do when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shah. And that goes for me first and foremost, you know, speaking this, you know. It says, I can refer to a physical thing like a tree, like a fallen tree in the road, or something more intangible, like how your short stature is an impediment to becoming a professional basketball player. So impediment is anything that blocks, anything that slows or blocks progress. And we always got to progress in the truth, because what the truth, this truth is our first love. So we got to make sure we're, you know, having a balance about ourselves. You know, everything needs a balance, you know. Balance your diet, balance your activities. You know, that's for me first and foremost speaking this. So don't get me wrong. Like I'm just telling you to do something that I'm not going to do myself, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Continue and strive to do better and progress in the truth. Expedite means to remove impediments to the movement or progress of. So we already established what impediments are, anything that slows progress. And if a woman is slowing you down, then you might not need to be with her. It says accelerate the motion or progress of, hasten, quicken. The word quicken, make or become faster or quicker. Speed up, accelerate, hasten. Okay, there we go. There you go. It always do that. I'm not sure why it does that. I'm gonna just stop using that. Maybe I need to update my MacBook, but you know what? I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, expedite. It says liberate, procure, make ready, put in order, make fit, prepare, explain, make clear. Free the feet from fetters. See, so what I want to focus on is make ready, put in order, make fit, prepare, make clear, and explain. Because ultimately, that's what we're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. The Lord is making us ready for the evil days, putting us ready, putting us in order for the establishment of the new kingdom, making us fit for what? Fit for the kingdom, fit for salvation. You know, he's preparing us. You know, so let's go to my next scripture. So we cover distractions, which anything can be a distraction in this society. We're living in the golden age of distractions. Esau got lots of distractions out there. So this is the main scripture that I wanted to get concerning this lesson when they explain Esau. I mean, it's not Esau, Jacob. This is the book of Genesis 25 and 27. It describes some characteristics about this man. And we, as being men in hopes of salvation, need to apply these characteristics to ourselves while we're in this walk of faith. Genesis 25 and 27, it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now let's look up there. Let's look up another translation. See what it's, come on, it's blocking me. Damn. Damn sick. Okay, I'm gonna try this. NLT says, and the boys grew, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman. And that's the spirit of Esau. That's why these devils, they love to go hunting and shit like that. But Jacob was a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. And these are the evil days, man. It's best to stay at home. Oh, Salaki, I got my screen. So this is what I just read right here. As the boys grew, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was a outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. That's the spirit that we need to be in these days, man. Preferring to stay at home. If you're not handling business, preferably stay at home. All right, this is the BBE. It says, and the boys came to full growth, and Esau became a man of open country, an expert bowman. But Jacob was a quiet man living in tents. And that's the spirit that we need to be in, especially in these times, man. These evil days. A quiet man dwelling in tents, dwelling at home, man. Preferring to stay home. Now, I'm trying to look for the word plain. Forgive me, there is a little box here that's kind of not allowing me to see a part of my screen. So I'm trying to work my way around it. Satan can't stop this. The Hebrew word here is thumb, which means integrity. But for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to focus on a certain definition inside of here. Oh, actually, I meant to get that word temperament. Sorry. Let's see what that says. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm just dealing with this little box on my screen. The word temperament. It says mixed proportion, mixed blah 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 blah. Okay, it's an action of moderating excessive quality or spirit. The scriptures speak about moderation. Let everything be done in moderation. Hold on. I think that's the scripture. There it is. Philippians 4 and 5. It says, let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Let me see. Hold on. Is that the scripture I'm thinking of? Let's read a letter of translation. Let everyone see that you are considerate in all you do. Remember, the Lord is coming. Let me see. Be gentle. BBE says, let your gentle behavior be clear to all men. The Lord is near. Is that the scripture I'm thinking of? Let all be things done in moderation. Let me see. Is that the scripture I'm thinking of? I'm not sure. It might be the scripture. So when you go to that word, it means the Greek word there concerning moderation. So because we got to be moderate in all things. What's the Greek word? Here it is. I'm sorry.
Strong's G 1933. Epiikes.
So that it means seeming suitable, equitable, fair, mild, gentle. Oh, it says gentle, moderation, patient. So that's how we can conduct ourselves in the truth. It says, let's go back to the word temperament. Action of moderating excessive quality. That can go with anything. Moderating everything we do. Okay, it says modify, restrain oneself. Restrain oneself. So this is describing how Jacob was. You see. Okay, the general sense of habit of mind, natural disposition. I'm sorry. These are all good definitions. Somebody that's temperament. Now, when you go to the root for the word which is the word temper, it says a calm state of mind, tranquility, which means what? Peace, temperance, moderation, restraint. A lot of things we have to restrain ourselves from doing. Especially if it's excessive. And that goes for me first and foremost. Doing this lesson. The word moderation. It says a quality of being moderate or temperate, a lessening of rigor or severity. See, lessening, alteration, modification, a controlling guidance, moderation, self-control, to regulate anything, restrain, temper, set a measure. When it comes to alcohol, you can, restrain yourself from drinking too much, or consider instead of drinking strong drink wine, or drink something that's less stronger. Be moderate. Act of moderating or restraining. So that can apply to anything that you're excessive in. You can moderate yourself and basically control yourself. So let's go back to the word thumb, which in the Hebrew word thumb, which for the word plain. So as for the benefit of this lesson, I'm gonna focus on certain definitions, which is like sound, wholesome, and ordinary, quiet sort of person. The scriptures speak about that type of guy. I'm trying to think of the scripture. I can't think of the scripture right now. But it's a good thing to be a quiet sort of person in its truth, Be gentle, be mild, All right, when you go down to it says complete, specifically gentle, dear, coupled together, perfect, plain, undefiled, upright. So we got the word moderation. Let me look up the word plain. Now, when you look up that word plain, when you go down here, it says free from obstruction. Obstruction is the action of obstructing or the state of being obstructed. That really doesn't give a good, simple definition, Esau. Idiot. Let's look up obstruction. The action in simple terms. Let me put it simple terms. Simple meaning. Because you got to put that. Something that obstructs, blocks, or closes up with an obstacle or obstacles, a hindrance. So that goes back to the other word that I brought out, which is what? An impediment. So a plain man is free from obstruction. Plain means free from obstruction. And it also says mid-14th century, meaning simple. Be a simple man. Be simple. Let me see. I'm typing in the word simple to see if any precepts come up. Be the good simple, not the wicked simple. Oh, here's a good example. The book of Proverbs chapter 13, verse 9, Slakia, Proverbs 9 and 16, it says, whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, well, Slakia, that's not a good example. Slakia, bear with me. Proverbs 8 and 5, it says, O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. So we have to be simple concerning this truth. I'm trying to get a precept that actually supports that. Psalms 119 and 130, it says, the entrance of thy words giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. Because at one point we were simple-minded, but now we must be simple concerning the truth, which means moderate, you know. Psalms 116 and 6, it says, Yahweh preserveth the simple. I was brought low and he helped me. So, Psalms 19 and 7, the law of the Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. So being simple is not a bad thing when it comes to this truth. It says easily understood or done, presenting no difficulty. Straightforward, easy, uninvolved, uncomplicated, effortless, painless, manageable. A simple person is very manageable in a good sense. The word sincere is also in the word plain, free from pretense or deceit, proceeding from genuine feelings. So it says without discoloration, unadorned, blah, blah, blah. Direct and to the point. And his truth is direct and to the point. You know, that's a good definition right there. Let's see. So that's the word plain is a very deep word. That's why it's beautiful when you look up words, because you never know what you're gonna find, man. This wasn't pre-prepared. This is all through the Spirit. All right, so that's the key meaning. Ordinary. We can be ordinary men with no special or distinctive features. Normal. Just be a normal man of the Lord. Just be normal, man. Be yourself. You know, it's a lot of excess stuff that goes on in this society, and we ain't gotta be partakers of that, man. You know, free from obstruction, because which goes into distractions. So let's go to, let's go back to here. Perfect, plain, undefiled, upright. So these are the characteristics that describe Jacob, which the word it ultimately means integrity, which integrity means blamelessness, innocence. Integrity, it says innocence. There you go. The state, quality, or fact of being innocent of a crime or offense. And what our people are doing, they're committing crimes against the Lord by their actions. We want to be blameless and innocent when that time comes, when the Lord starts judging his people. Innocent of wrongdoing. Chastity, the state or practice of refraining from extramortal or especially from all sexual intercourse. Hey, that lust demon, you know, always want to appease the flesh. Purity, it says freedom for adulteration or contamination. That's how these are the characteristics that describe, you know, Jacob. And when it comes to chastity, when it comes to your extra activities, if you will, I'm not saying be through the Spirit, not saying be a nun, a monk, what's understood ain't got to be explained, but I'm pretty sure you brothers probably get where I'm hitting at. I want to be too direct with that, but just have self-control when it comes to that. Soundness, the word soundness, the state of being in a good condition. The quality of being based on a valid reason or good judgment. The quality of being contempt or reliable. We got that's another good thing. We could be content. I'm sorry, competent. I'm sorry, I said that all wrong. Wholeness, the state of forming a complete and harmonious whole, unity. State of being unbroken or undamaged. Completeness, the state or condition of having all the necessary or appropriate parts. We got everything we need, man. We ain't gonna get nothing out of this world. Purity, correctness, blamelessness, whole. The sense of wholeness, perfect condition. Soundness of moral principle and character, entire uprightness or fidelity, especially in regards to truth and fair dealing. So those are all good definitions concerning integrity and describes how we can add these certain characteristics to ourselves in this truth. So now I got 2 boxes. I'm not sure why the hell this shit does that. But for the, like I was saying, through the spirit, for the sake of this lesson, we're gonna focus on these definitions right here. An ordinary, quiet sort of person. That is something that we should incorporate into our day-to-day walk in this truth. And that can go for anything, you know. Remember why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we can listen twice as much. Oh, it's a scripture. Let your words be few. Here's a good precept. Sirach 20:32-8. It says, let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. Ecclesiastes 5:2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. So that's just a general sense. You know, we can always incorporate it to our character. You know, not speaking on any situation in particular. It's just, you know, something that we could speak in from experience that is very beneficial, you know. And that's what the point of this lesson is. So a quick recap of the lesson. Learn to be a plain man. Learn to be a simple man. I'm gonna type in, what is a simple man? What is a simple man? I'm not sure if y'all brothers can see these boxes on my screen, but they're there. What does a simple man mean? A person who is uncomplicated, plain, straightforward, innocent. Boom. Oh man, how about you? I'm shot, man. So a quick recap of this lesson, man. Learn how to be a plain man. Remember, learn how to be a plain man, a simple man. Remember, this is what a simple man means. A person who is uncomplicated. Not uncomplicated. Because a lot of people complicate a lot of shit, man. Plain, straightforward, innocent. So be the good simple, not the bad simple-minded when it comes to certain things, but be this type of simple. Don't be complicated. You know? Now, this is something that doesn't come with being a simple man. Definitions of ego. One thing that we have to learn is we have to separate that ego in its truth. Now, the ego, it says, an inflated feeling of pride in your superiority to others. Remember, we're all fighting for the same thing. Egotism, self-importance, type of pride, pridefulness, a feeling of self-respect and personal worth. Remember, Philippians 2 and 12, we're all working out our salvation now. We're all working out our salvation. Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Philippians 2 and 12. Philippians 2 and 12, it says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always, Salah, forgive me. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. And do that. Don't do it with an ego. Don't do it with an ego. A feeling of self-importance, pride, or you feel like you're superior. Do it with a simple, sincere mind. A simple man is a person who is uncomplicated, plain, straightforward, and innocent. Be simple, you know? So with that, man, real quick recap of this lesson. Learn how to be a plain man. You know, everything is not expedient. Everything is lawful, but not expedient when it's come to certain cases and certain things. So just be mindful of your behavior and the things that you do while we're in this truth. And just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Very simple. Like the apostles always say, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't make it too complicated. This truth is very simple, man. Hey, the scriptures speak about the simplicity in Yahweh Shah, man. You know, so just keep it simple, man. Do the work, you know, pray, fast, you know, balance out your diet, try to have balance to everything that you do, you know, everything. So with that, man, Lord willing, this lesson will edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah Shah. I'm gonna close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Lord willing, this applies to it applies, and Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.